Yo.
What's up?
What's up?
Welcome back, friends.
Welcome to episode 7 of Gotta Watch 'Em All. Today is Tuesday, November 15th. I am one of your hosts, Ken Pescator. I'm joined by my wife, Melissa Pescator.
Hey there.
What's going on?
You're looking at it. Pokemon is going on. We have been Pokemon going all day long.
Every day?
Every day.
So we experienced a new kind of Pokemon Go playing the other day. We went to this area. Again, we live by the shore, so this waterfront town called Keansburg, New Jersey.
And we had fun.
So we didn't get out of the car, and I was driving around. Melissa had 2 phones in her hand and was like a rally car co-pilot, like demanding I drive like a lunatic, like, you know, making U-turns in the middle of the road, chasing invisible Pokemon.
No, I never made you do a U-turn in the middle of the road, but I made you do a lot of around the blockers.
But honestly, Melissa has figured out the science of tracking Pokemon in Pokemon Go when they come on the sightings list. We were bobbing and weaving through this neighborhood
that we have never ever been through before.
We were creeping on this neighborhood for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So our son had a birthday party.
Yeah.
This was his first drop him off and parents have freedom kind of birthday party. So we dropped him off.
And it just so happened that the girl's house was right at this hotspot.
And we had 3 free hours, and we literally just drove the whole time. And
yeah, we literally drove the entire time.
It was awesome.
We didn't know what to expect. We had heard on a couple of Facebook forum groups that this area was known for good Pokemon spawn. So we figured, let's just drive around and see what we can find. So really, when we started playing, we were just looking for Pokestops because we had no idea what area in town to look for the actual Pokemon because we had never been there before.
So we just started driving along like the main waterfront strip, and like the spawns were bananas. It was like one after another, and mind you, there's no Pokestops really around, and just completely
huge cluster spawns.
Yeah, like random spawns of like Pokemon we don't see in our area. And it's probably it was a half an hour from where we live. Mm-hmm. So it was a little bit away from us, but not too far, but random spawns. It was awesome.
But yeah, just
one after another.
Yeah, just all good stuff too, because what we normally get where we play are, the annoying Weedles, Rattatas, Pidgeys, Caterpies.
I'll take the 12
Venonats.
evolution. I'll take it all day.
But they're all day long. So when it was nice when we went out there and we caught.
It was like Magnemites, Voltorbs, a bunch of Machop.
Yeah, let me give you a little rundown of what we caught out there.
It was fire. It was fire.
We got Hypno, Magikarp, Jigglypuff, Eevee, Weeping Bell, Execute, Ammonite, Porygon.
I caught my first Porygon. In the wild, and we saw it on the sightings.
And I tracked
Melissa tracked it like
down.
It was like I told her it was like the scene in Lord of the Rings when Aragorn, is trying to find Merry and Pippin, and he's like tracking them. A hobbit lie here. And I was like, she was tracking the sucker down. Boom. Came right up. It was crazy.
It was very satisfying too.
I was going bonkers.
Yeah, you were going crazy.
I was like, pull over!
Yeah, yeah, and then right after that was Ivysaur, who we were chasing before we found Porygon.
I think that's a
up.
different one, because I think that we were chasing this Ivysaur down, couldn't find it. It had to despawn. Had to be a new. That was
because it was in the same area. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
It just happened to.
Honestly, though, we're gonna go back.
We are going to go back. But we had some other really good stuff as well, like Voltorb, Magnemite, Paris Eevee, and then the regular old, We had
Bulbasaur, 2 Pikachu ran
on me.
I got them. I got like 5 Machop that night.
Oh yeah, Machop.
Easy. 5 Machop, easy. All we didn't get really was Squirtle, and I got Charmander too.
Yeah, I didn't get that Charmander.
You didn't get the Charmander either. But it was awesome, and I don't know if anyone else has experienced this. I don't know if this has to do with the update or what, but the spawns were just so random and different. It was awesome. We had a good time.
Big cluster spawns, like big, like 4 or 5, 6 Pokemons, like all at once, which was really, really cool.
Did you say Pokemons?
Yeah. Did I? Is that not the correct thing to say?
No.
Well, that's what I'm going to say anyway.
I know.
Pokemons.
So
every
Pokemons. Day. So, speaking of Pokemons, we are talking about Pokemons.
Yes.
Sun and Moon comes out in 2 days. So, I've kind of gone radio silent with a lot of the newer updates because they're just giving so much away. I know you haven't seen the latest 2 trailers.
True story.
So, but yeah, I'm excited to play. The reviews came out today and they're all positive. 8.5s, 9s. Game Informer gave it 8.5. GameSpot, I think, gave it a 9. It was all good. I'm psyched.
We'll see. I'm psyched, but we'll see about these bad guys. You know.
Dude, they're awesome.
We'll just see about them.
Melissa is not excited about the B-Boy experience with Team Skull.
I'm not sure how I feel about that yet.
I think it's going to be hilarious. From the demo, I was rolling. Every single encounter was awesome.
I may hate them.
That's the point. That's what I was saying. They've succeeded. You hate them. You want to put them down. But yeah, that's 2 days away. So I'm pretty excited. This is gonna be like my first foray, like headstrong into a Pokemon title since Leaf Green. Like I played Y, but not much of it. Probably only about 10 hours of it. So because my schedule is crazy. But this is gonna be I will be dedicating time in my schedule to play this game, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Yay!
It's gonna be good. No, so the reviews are out. It's all good. So
all right.
I know. I'm psyched.
Yeah.
We can play together. We could trade. And I have to buy 3 copies because now my son wants to play. We have to buy 3 copies.
Oh my god, kill me. Christmas.
Kill you. Kill me. Oh. So, we're going to talk about this episode. This episode originally aired on September 16th, 1998. The title of this episode is The Water Flowers of Cerulean City, which is a pretty cool, fancy name. Yes. I like it. I really enjoyed this episode. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but it was definitely a different vibe in this episode than any of the previous episodes. And it was... I don't know. I just love the way this episode was put together. So
yeah, this episode ran really smooth.
Yeah. Like it's very there's not a lot of that weird off the wall stuff that's been happening in the previous episodes where it's coming out of left field. Like everything's pretty straightforward, and it's like the cinematography. It's shot very cool, and it all just makes sense, But episode starts off. Every episode like ends and finishes, I guess, with them walking away, from to or from someplace. So it starts off and they're heading toward. They recap the whole season, and they show Ash and Brock just heading towards Cerulean City. Misty's nowhere to be found, but then you see her like running up to catch them, and finally catches up with them. And she's like, "Where are you guys going?" They say that they're going to Cerulean City, and immediately Misty has this weird vibe going on, and she's like,
starts freaking.
She starts freaking out. She's like, "No, you don't want any Pokemon from Cerulean City. Let's go to Vermilion City."
Yeah, no, she keeps just trying to distract him. Like, let's go to the top of this mountain. It's really romantic.
Yeah, she's yeah. But it's clear that Misty does not want to go to Cerulean City, but Ash plays her a little bit, and he's just like, "Nope, we're going to Cerulean City."
Yeah.
So he's determined because he's on this badge hunt, and he really wants the badge from Cerulean City. So they just head out, and that's it. They're off to Cerulean City. Sorry, Misty.
Yeah, she's on Beach Street.
She's on Beach Street. So now they cut to this little cool little introduction into Team Rocket for the episode, and you see them breaking in through like ductwork in the wall through a grate into what looks like this crazy mechanics.
Yeah, it's just some sort of building, and there's this huge machine.
All weird machinery with
tubing.
Yeah, all kind of crazy stuff. And, you know they're up to no good because it's dark, and Meowth pretty much comes out and says, look, we're here to get stuff that's going to get us Pokemon. You know they're up to no good, but you have no idea
what their
plan is, where they are.
Yeah.
But, so the episode just kind of like drops this little seed and cuts right back to Ash and Brock.
And they're now getting into the city.
Now they're getting into the city. Misty's nowhere to be found. And, like, as they're walking down the main street, they see all this police activity in front of a building, and they're confronted by Officer Jenny. And this is, again, another one of the Pokemon Bizarro World
character plays
occurrences that's going on, because just like when they met Nurse Joy, that was, like, I think in episodes 2 and 3, now they're meeting Officer Jenny. Who is the sister-in-law of Officer Jenny from Cerulean City. And it's just, again, they have that weird, confused moment where it's just like, they have no idea what's going on, and they just kind of have to go with it.
And this chick is completely whacked out. Like, she is off the wall. Ash and Brock are at the scene of the crime, and they're trying to figure out what happened, and she is just interrogating them, and
she's an officer of the law.
Yeah, but she's wigging on them. She is interrogating them. She's like bouncing all over the place.
She like has the animation is really cool. She's got like handcuffs that she brandishes, and threats, throwing threats around, and like she's really hard.
Yeah, she almost puts Ash in handcuffs. Actually.
It leads Ash and Brock to have to kind of, plead their case that they're not involved with this robbery, and in fact they're good people. And, Brock's like, I was the Cerulean City Gym leader, and Ash is like, I have a Boulder badge, so they kind of like get themselves out of it, and Officer Jenny kind of like turns it around right away, and she's like, oh, okay, my bad.
And then she turns to the crowd and was just like, but, somebody's out there.
Hey, and we didn't mention one thing. Through this exchange between Officer Jenny and Ash and Brock has his first dose of hitting on a female in the series.
Yes.
So he starts to like lay the smoothness on.
Yeah, it's like just as soon as they were out of trouble, he was just like, so what are you doing later on tonight?
It was awesome because he got the smooth voice, and he was like going for it.
True Brock style.
Through his smoothness, they do find out from Officer Jenny like some information about the robbery, and they find out they just stole a vacuum and a hose. That's all they took. So it's very bizarre. Like they have no idea what the heck is going on, because they didn't steal much. Anything else. It was just really weird. But now that they're there and they get past the ruckus of this robbery, Ash is hyper-focused on finding the gym, of course. And they show this really cool scene where you see another side of Brock, where Ash and Brock are just kind of like hanging out, and he's like poking at him, trying to get information from Brock about the gym leader and the gym leader's techniques and the moveset and all that stuff. And Brock's like, look, I can't tell you this stuff. I'm a gym leader too. I kind of have to,
out of respect,
like protect my own, which was really cool because, you're starting to find all these cool things about Brock. Last episode, he's like, you find out with him making the foods and all this stuff, like he really is into taking care of Pokemon. Now you're seeing him say that he's, he cares, that has a moral code with the whole gym leader thing. I don't know. Brock's awesome.
Brock is and he's a little bit of a ladies' man, and he's a little bit of a family man.
His poor brothers and sisters.
I know.
What
with the deadbeat dad now.
Flint.
The deadbeat dad.
Poor Flint. But, all right, so Ash and Brock end up splitting up. Now, Misty's still nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. And Brock's very weird, just kind of says, hey, I got to take care of some stuff.
Yeah, well, Ash tells him, well, I'm going, you're not giving me any information. I'm still going to fight the gym. Brock says, I got some stuff to do. Some stuff, quote unquote. I have some stuff to do, and just walks off. So Ash...
Are you implying he went to go see their Officer Jenny?
I don't know. He had some stuff to do.
I think you're implying that.
I'm not implying anything.
That is hilarious. I didn't even think of that. See? That's hilarious. But Ash is on his own, walking around, and this is like the funniest thing. he stumbles upon what looks like a circus tent with a giant dugong, like on
Yeah,
top,
it's huge.
in like this giant display.
It's really cute, all pastel-y.
It's really, really funny, and he's kind of intrigued and confused.
Well, he knew right away that was.
Well, I think it says
gym.
the gym. I think it even says Cerulean City Gym. It says it right on the front, right?
I think so.
Yes. So, so he's intrigued, again confused because it looks like a circus tent with a giant dugong on top. Walks in and sees like
an epic performance.
A performance, like this epic swimming show with the sensational Cerulean City synchronized swimmers.
Yes.
And it's just like,
I mean, the house is packed and everybody's watching. He walks in and the three girls are up on this platform and they dive into this huge pool and do this epic synchronized swimming routine.
And they look awesome.
And yeah,
they look awesome.
They look really cool, and the crowd goes wild. Ash is completely confused, really could care less about the synchronized swimming, and decides to explore the place because he doesn't understand, like, what is happening here.
Where's the battles?
This is a gym.
So yeah, he ends up, like, I guess, creeping through the halls of this place, and he finds himself in some, like, aquarium hallway.
Yeah.
And right? And he's walking down the hall, and the sensational Cerulean City synchronized swimmer sisters are walking down the
that was good.
Are walking in the opposite direction and kind of cross paths with Ash, and this is his opportunity to see, like, to figure out, like, what the heck is going on here.
Yeah, but they think that he's just a fan because they start, like, sassing on him, like,
well, they're like, we don't do autographs.
We don't do autographs, no pictures. We're not in the mood.
And Ash is like, I don't want that. He's like, I'm looking for the gym trainers. And they come out and say, well, that's us. And he's totally confused, but he immediately challenges them. He's just like, I'm here to battle you. And they say, we're done. We don't do battles like that anymore. And mind you, the attitude and the kind of sass of the sisters, they're like,
very Valley girl.
They're like OMG woo girls.
Yeah. No, they're very like, oh my God. Like, they really care about their hair and their makeup.
I want to smack them.
They're so pretty, though.
They are pretty, but I want to smack them in a row. 1, 2, 3.
And they didn't say that they gave up fighting.
They did.
No, they didn't give it up. They said that they can't battle right now because 3 other Pokemon trainers had just came in from Pallet Town and whooped their butts.
Right.
And they had no Pokemon left to battle with.
Oh,
all their Pokemon were in the Poke Center, and all they had left was poor Goldeen.
And it was like a beat up Goldeen. It was like a Goldeen with 1 hit point.
Yeah.
And it was like this broken down Goldeen.
Yeah. And so they had no Pokemon to battle with, so they couldn't really.
I guess. All right. I'll give them a buy on that. So I guess them saying they have to forfeit, they're like, well, wait a second, you're here for the badge, right? And they call upon a seal who comes out of the pool and opens its mouth, and in its mouth is the Cascade badge, like the Cerulean City Gym badge, which is like a weird thing. But they offer it to Ash, like,
here, you could just have
scot-free. And Ash is like, no.
I love.
Yeah, of course. He's got, I'm telling you, they got the code. So he wants nothing to do with it. He's like, no, I'm here to battle. But they're like, no, they're not in this situation to battle. And then from the rafters, literally, you hear Misty kind of like scream. She's like, if you're not going to battle him, I will. So now the cat's out of the bag, and Misty starts getting into an argument with the sensational synchronized city swimmer sisters, Cerulean City swimmer sisters, and it comes out that Misty is actually the 4th sister,
the littlest sister
that ran away to become a Pokemon trainer.
And they all bust her chops. They say she's not pretty and she doesn't know how to do anything, and I hate them for that. They stink.
Mean girls?
Mean girls.
Or mean girls?
Yes.
But so Misty's been fronting the whole time. She's a gym trainer at Cerulean City. So she's kind of kept this, in her back pocket, which is awesome. And she's just like ready to throw down with Ash, and, throws caution to the wind. And she's like, let's do this.
Yeah.
And, and Ash is like, all right, Ash is in because he wants to earn this badge. If this is the only way he can earn the badge, this is what he's got to do. He's going to do it. Now, this next part is interesting because he, of course, tries to call Pikachu.
Yes.
And from the beginning of this battle, the look on Pikachu's face is like completely morbid. Yeah. He wants nothing to do with it. He's got
just the look of dread, like
because he's grown so affectionate of
Misty.
He wants nothing to do with the battle. Now, this is the writer's way of making this a fair battle and not having an electric type Pokemon annihilate the water type Pokemon. But there's this great animation. Obviously, Pikachu's not in the Pokeball, so when Ash tries to initially put him to play, he picks him up like a ball and tries to just like throw him, which is absolutely hilarious. But Pikachu is holding on to Ash's finger and is stuck to his hand and won't let go. So he's like, you know what? I'm not in this battle. And Ash kind of like, oh, you don't want to fight Misty? Pikachu concedes, and Pikachu's going to sit this one out. And then Misty's like, oh, Pikachu, you're a Pika-Pal.
Yeah,
I was like, that was so great.
Yeah,
that was so great.
Cute.
After that whole thing, Ash is like, all right, well, I'll choose Butterfree. And now Butterfree's in play. Misty, of course, calls out Staryu. And there's this epic battle. Now, this is what I loved about this episode. In the beginning, when we were talking about this episode kind of making a lot of sense, this whole episode is based around this gym battle. Yeah. Like the whole episode. And the terrain is awesome. They're like floating on these,
platforms
in water. Pool. It's really, really cool setting. There's these giant Lapras in the background, carved into the stone of the gym. Looks totally awesome. And this battle scene is wicked.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's like, it's an aggressive just fight scene that goes back and forth, or, you're recognizing all the attacks that they do, and whether it's Stun Spore or, stuff like that. Like, you recognize these moves and everything. It's really, really cool. But it's an aggressive fight. But the one time when Misty gets the leg up and Pikachu kind of cheers a little bit, and Ash is like, yo, whose team are you even on? Like, what are you trying to do here? But this battle just continues to go on and on and on, and they're going through Pokemon and everything. And then Ash plays Pidgeotto. Misty calls in Starmie. And that's when this is becoming this climax where you have, evolved form of Pokemon that are out, and it's this big battle going through. Pidgeotto uses Gust and blows Starmie into the wall and has, I don't know. I think Starmie was knocked out. I think at that point.
Well, yeah, because his gem
was kind of fading.
But you actually forgot something with the whole Butterfree. You didn't talk about how Butterfree used poison at first, and Staryu was able to wash it off. And
Misty's yep, and then uses sleep powder. And then
Ash thought about it and was just now I'm going to use sleep powder, and he couldn't wash it off, so that's when you
have to call Staryu back and brought the Starmie out. Mm. See, you remember all the good stuff. I was just so distracted by all the flashing lights because it was an awesome battle scene. It's awesome. No,
it was awesome. And then when Pidgeotto and Staryu were fighting, it was
Starmie.
Starmie. I
apologize. Right, but he slams Starmie into the wall, and the crystals starts flickering
Starmie
out.
also has that awesome move where he's
it's
dodging
awesome
from
battle.
in the water, and he's going in the water and coming out and cartwheeling and then going back in and coming out and spinning around, and it was really cool.
I want to watch that episode again. It was such a good fight scene. It was just really well done. And then Ash finally gets the leg up. Starmie's about to get knocked out.
Yeah, and one more hit, he would have been knocked out.
Absolutely. One more hit, and it would have been done. But good old Team Rocket barges in, breaking through a wall. Out of nowhere, of course, they're just kind of
Team Rocket
style. Immediately into the, their normal cadence. They go into the whole spiel.
But they had a really cool little design in their background at the end of their
the animation.
Yeah, their chant, their theme, their what do you call it?
Their motto.
Their motto. Thank you very much.
Their motto. And in this scene, and I've seen this in nerdy Pokemon forums, people talking about when they go through the whole motto and they show the picture of Jesse and James at the end. Mm-hmm. James is holding a blue rose, and it's supposed to be. Everyone says that's not correct. Should be red. You think it? I don't know.
I think so.
We had, there was some contention there, but really, they have this ridiculous entry like they always do. It's clear now they have all this wacky machinery with them, and Ash immediately puts two and two together and sees that they have a hose and a vacuum pump, and that's what was stolen from the store that the townspeople couldn't figure out what the relevance of the theft was.
And that they're the robbers that were wanted earlier in town,
exactly.
Obviously.
Exactly. And, they're going to use this vacuum pump and the hose to suck up all the water in the gym and whatever Pokemon happened to be in there. And how did Seal get in there?
Well,
Seal was in the crowd. Yeah. Seal was in the crowd with the sisters watching the battle. And then when they crashed through the wall, it was just like mayhem.
Mayhem, yeah. Misty falls in the water. Ash falls in the water. Everybody falls in the... Actually, Pikachu falls in the water. Seal falls in the water. Team Rocket starts sucking the water up through this giant hose. I mean, it's going. It's just gushing in. And then poor Seal gets sucked in. The sisters start freaking out. Then Pikachu starts getting sucked in.
No, Seal doesn't get sucked in. He almost does.
No,
I don't think he goes in.
Yeah, he does because they show him out on the other side of it. They show him out. Mm-hmm.
You're so smart.
So Pikachu almost gets sucked in, and Ash starts freaking out, and he says, "Wait a second. Water is conductive of electricity." So he goes ahead and tells Pikachu to use Thunderbolt, and he shocks the water, shocks Team Rocket, blows up the machine, and he does get sucked into the pipe, but
Ash rescues him.
Yeah, Ash rescues him.
Right. Okay, so we had to do a little editing there because we were beefing 2 seconds ago about how this scene went down, and she was right.
That's right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So the machine explodes, and through this process of all the water kind of getting sucked out, there's all this pressure built up, and then that's the exit plan for Team Rocket with them blasting off at the speed of light. Mm-hmm. They're kind of through this geyser kind of thing.
Yeah, because you
get blasted.
Yeah,
out.
and it's at that scene where you see Seal on the outside of the building, sitting there, all goofy looking. As
Seal.
Yeah, exactly. As Team Rocket's blasting off.
Yes, and in true "we gotta wrap it up" fashion, all of this stuff transpires. Team Rocket is out, and within 5 seconds, Ash is like, "All right, I got the badge now. Great, yeah. I gotta go." And he's just like, they end up giving Ash the badge as kind of this honorary thing. He didn't finish the battle, but if it wasn't for him training Pikachu and commanding Pikachu to
use Thunderbolt
and that whole thing, they would all be goners.
Team Rockets.
Exactly. So he has the badge and he immediately wants to leave. It's like I'm not staying for tea.
He's got stuff to do.
So he's ready to roll out, and then Brock shows up and he's just like, "Hey, what did I miss?"
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
just like, "Hey, dude, I got the Cascade badge." And he's like, "All right, where are we going next?" And it's like, boom, they're done. End of episode. Cut. Good day, sir.
Well, no. Then there's this cute little banter between Misty and Ash as they're walking away, because Misty was saying, "Well, we didn't really finish the battle, so I would have won. Like Pidgeotto was going down," and Ash was just like, no way. And they were fighting back and forth as they were walking away, which I thought was hilarious. Misty and Ash.
That Starmie was done. That Starmie was done.
Did I say Star you again?
I don't know, maybe.
At least do that.
But I like this episode. It was high action, and it was like neat and tidy. It was just, they hit Cerulean City, some weird stuff's going on. There's like a 15-minute battle scene, and, they're done. They wipe their hands, they wrap it up, and they're off. And it's just really cool.
Yeah,
it happens
episode.
everything happens really fast. So I just love when it's high action and it kind of steps away from normal, like, after school cartoon. You're actually seeing like some little bit more of the aggressive anime style. I like that. I like that stuff. All right, so awesome episode. I hope you guys watched it because it was a good one. But it's booster time.
Booster time.
It's booster time. So I am going to start doing this every week now, where I'm going to talk about a special card. So these two boosters that we're going to open, again, Generations boosters. This is from the Victini Mythical Collection. And it comes with an awesome, not an EX, just a standard basic Victini, but full art holo. And it's super cute.
It is really cute.
It's super cute. Energy Assist and Victory Ball. Now, this is a cool move, Victory Ball. Mind you, basic Pokemon, 70 HP. And it has a Fire Energy and a Colorless Energy for Victory Ball. But 50 damage.
Yeah, that's serious.
I don't like moves that you have to discard. So this one you have to discard a Fire Energy. But if you have, a Cycling Energy style deck, this wouldn't be a problem. But 50 damage from a basic Pokemon with 2 energy is
correct.
Is pretty cool. So nice promo card, XY 117, and we have 2 boosters to open: Pikachu pack art and Charizard pack art. I have the Pikachu. I'm going first. So
it gives me just time to rub my pack.
Last episode we didn't have any EXs or anything like too dramatic.
Spectacular, yeah.
So that means we're gonna get something now.
You're gonna get something now.
Yep. Now, if we happen to get a Staryu or a Starmie in one of these packs, I will enjoy it. Yeah. I will enjoy it because then it'll continue the streak of pulling a card of a Pokemon that's relevant to the episode that we just watched. So we'll see what happens there. All right. Here we go. I have a Radiant Chikorita, Trainer Energy Switch, Trainer Pokemon Center Lady, Shelder, Ponyta, Rhyhorn, Meowth. Trainer Clement is my reverse holo, and DNC Radiant, and my rare is a standard Hitmonchan. So no EX for me, nothing fancy.
Okay.
That means it's in your pack.
Let's see.
That means it's in your pack.
All right. I always do this wrong. 3 from the top.
Yep.
Like that. Okay. I flip it over.
What do you got?
Okay. So I got Esper, Pokemon Center Lady, Trainer Eversoda, Tangela, Slowpoke, Meowth, a Ghastly, a Reverse Slowpoke, Yveltal, and a Pinsir.
No EXs. We have now done 4 boosters with no EXs. It's gonna happen next episode. It's like nothing even good in here. Like, what? Yveltal. No, it's a very important Pokemon.
I got that card already.
So this Hitmonchan,
it's a really
the
cool
Hitmonchan
card,
artwork is really cool, and the Diancie Radiant is the kind of reverse holo on the text portion of the card is like a castle. I'll see if I can capture that in an image to post because it's a really cool looking card. But Generations is almost a wrap because like these mythical collection boxes, I think there's only one or 2 more, and then that's it, and then no more Generations. It'll be full on XY evolutions. We're almost done with that set, but that's pretty much.
Well, that was fun.
That was an awesome episode.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go Talk.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Pokemon Sun and Moon in 2 days. We will.
I need that Munchlax.
I'm gonna at least and Snorlax early. The early gift for buying the game early. Pulverizing Pancake.
I need that Munchlax.
I guess if all goes well, we'll at least have an hour or 2 under our belts of playing the game for next week. So we'll be able to talk about the beginning of the game spoiler free because we won't be far.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. You can find us at gottawatchemall.com. We are all over the place. Come check us out. I want to say thanks to Chippercrit for the music, Seth Hay for the graphics, and hope you guys check out the other Toys for Game stuff. And that's it, right?
Yeah, I got a song in my head.
You got a song in your head? Let it go. Sing it. What is it?
Well, it was.
What is it? What is it?
It was just the the gotta watch 'em all.
Gotta go to Modell's?
Yeah, gotta watch 'em all.
Someone needs to go to bed. It's past their bedtime. Thank you guys. And hope you enjoyed the show. See you next week.
You gotta take that off. No, you gotta take that off.